Welcome to Battlefield 4 on PS4, guys and girls. This game is so beautiful. I can't help but peer out every single window because it's so gorgeous at every turn. DICE has crafted an insanely awesome looking game that is leaps and bounds better than its current gen counterparts. It's just so almost serene. The cityscapes, the landscapes, you can't help but just sit and stare and peer until you remember that you're playing Battlefield 4. What is going on, guys and girls? It is Ghost Robo, and the destruction and intensity of battle here has reached a serious peak. It is so visceral. You have explosions realistically blowing up around every corner. You have crazy debris flying by your ears almost every other moment, and it's insane. It looks so good. It's so fun to play. It controls so well and just delivers a knockout PlayStation 4 experience. I think especially, like I said, if you play it on console, you're going to notice an exponential increase in how good this game looks. Now, granted, if you played it on a superpowered PC, maybe it won't be as evident to you, but for me, a console guy, it's really huge, and it not only looks really pretty and just makes my eyes smile, but it also enhances the gameplay because the graphical fidelity allows you to spot guys at farther distance. It allows you to pinpoint your targets with greater precision because you're not dealing with pop-in, you're not dealing with random fog of war effects that may or may not be there, you're not dealing with blurry textures, you're not dealing with blurry, smoke or sand or whatever else I ran into on 360. Here, everything is pristine and clear, and you can just really dive into the very solid game as it shines through perfectly with the power of the PlayStation 4. It's impressive to me that these launch games look as good as they do. I know there was some concern that maybe the next gen wouldn't really be that much of a graphical beast, and we wouldn't see it for a while, but I think with how good they look at launch, games like NBA 2K14, games like Battlefield 4, Killzone Shadowfall, I can't imagine how good things are going to look. Even next holiday, I think the games will be significantly better once studios have more time with the system. And then imagine 3-4 years down the road, you have to compare something from past generation. Like, take Perfect Dark Zero, the launch of Xbox 360, and compare it to The Last of Us, the PlayStation 3's, super huge hit of the year. It's insane. The difference is so huge. And I'm already seeing so many cool things in this generation graphically. I can't wait to find out where they're going to go and what we're going to experience in 2015, 2016. I can't even imagine it right now. But I've compiled a number of clips here to kind of showcase some of the different maps, some of the different environments you're going to see in this game, and they are all so pretty. I hate being someone who's obsessed with graphics, but man, the last few days I've been obsessed with graphics because it really is a sight to behold. And what's amazing is that you're not having to fine-tune any settings, you're not having to piece together the perfect PC, you're not having to spend tons of money on a crazy good graphics card. You're buying a $400 console, which is still a lot of money, but you're buying it, and right out of the box, it does everything exactly how you want it to do. It looks just outstanding. And yeah, there are some games that are kind of not as impressive. Some just don't really make as much of a leap here in their first round as others. But like I said, that trio of Killzone, Battlefield, and NBA, those are the three games if you really want to be blown away. And Need for Speed, definitely as well. Those four, actually, are so superb. And here, I think my favorite part about Battlefield in comparison to other first-person shooters is the level of destruction and just epic scope of the battles. Even though I'm not really a vehicle person, I get such a extreme joy out of stuff like this, where all of a sudden concrete is just popping off, and it's more realistic and more true to life here than ever before. There's way more particle effects, way more debris, just a lot more going on in this version of Battlefield 4 than I've experienced, like I said, in any console shooter I have ever played. I know I'm kind of gushing here about the visuals, but it really is that pretty. Just to talk a little bit about how the game plays, I think it controls really well. On the DualShock 4, they really made a lot of effort to refine the controller into something that would be a better fit for games like this. So they've improved the triggers, they've improved the sticks, and they've improved the buttons, but most noticeably here, it's the triggers. I don't feel like there's any issue playing with a PlayStation controller now. Previously, I was like, I don't really like DualShock 3, it's not really my thing for shooters, and some people liked it, sure, but I think a lot of people found it tricky to use. I don't feel like there's any issue now. I don't think twice. I'm just running around and gunning guys down as best as I can. The sticks themselves are probably my favorite sticks of all time. I'm still I still got to see the Xbox One controller in action to determine which triggers I like better, but I think I can say that I like the PS4 sticks the most. I've played Battlefield 4 on Xbox One and PS4, and it feels, dare I say, better on PS4 because those sticks are so smooth and nice. In terms of which game looks better graphically, I don't know that yet, and I haven't had a chance, obviously, to play Xbox One Battlefield 4 in my house, but I'm sure that it will look almost as good or just as good. The game is going to knock it out of the park for you visually, no matter which platform you decide to go for. I've also played the campaign, not on this generation, but on last generation, but from the quick bits I have seen, it does look, obviously, a whole lot better as well, and that's a pretty decent campaign. I wouldn't go as far to say it's a great campaign, but it's a pretty fun campaign, and it definitely carries, I feel, a better pace than Call of Duty Ghosts. So if you're looking for the more complete package between those two military shooters, I think I definitely do recommend Battlefield 4. There's just something about it this year that really seems to click for me. My friends really liked Battlefield 3, and I couldn't get into it as much as I wanted to. I was much more into Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and something about the games this year has kind of created a flip-flop where I'm really enjoying, holy goodness, really enjoying Battlefield, and stuff like that just seals the deal for me, because where else do you get that? I'm so happy that they brought back Destruction. You know, it was kind of missing from Battlefield 3 in a lot of spots, but hey, now they really have enhanced, again, the entire field. This is just a little clip of me wandering around by myself, but I thought this was such a pretty environment that I wanted to share it with you guys. Actually, this was the first glimpse I had of Battlefield 4 because I just jumped in and the servers, I couldn't get into a game, so I was like, hey, let's just load a map. And the shine of the water, the reflections especially, blow me away here. And just the way that everything reacts, bark blowing off, concrete collapsing and just crushing around your bullet fire. And then the ability to actually take down some things, like we'll see here in about, I don't know, 1 second as the trees just snap and crackle right at the whim of our grenade. Equally impressive, just testing out some different things here. You're no longer just making a designed hole in the wall. It's making, you know, specific indentations and blowing off bits. The water also, the way it flows and ebbs and just kind of crests while you walk through it, looks really good as well. Again, just shooting trees and taking off bark like every good man with a brand new console should do. I really am happy with next gen overall, and I think that we haven't had a lot of great shooters this year. My favorite's probably Dead Space 3, and that's way back in whatever, February or March. And I was a little bit let down by Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts on current gen, and I think that obviously graphics do a lot for me, but the new wave of shooters are much more fun, and Killzone is great, I think, and Battlefield 4 is really good, and even Call of Duty Ghosts seems more enjoyable on next gen, just because it's so dang pretty. What I'm really interested to see is where they take shooters after this year. You know, we have kind of this cross-gen thing going on right now. Battlefield 4 was obviously designed for PC and 360, PS3, and the next-gen system. Same with Call of Duty Ghosts, and same with a lot of games this fall, Assassin's Creed, etc. But where do they take things both from a visual standpoint and a gameplay standpoint next year and the year beyond that? Are they able to do things with the newfound power that they couldn't do previously so that it kind of revolutionizes or changes the genre? I think we're all eager to see if Titanfall can do that, what kind of adjustments they make there, and how that not only affects, you know, your eyeballs, but your fingers as well, and the overall gameplay experience from both a moment-to-moment standpoint and just a multiplayer overall sort of wide metagame standpoint. What can they do to merge single-player and multiplayer, or keep things very connected and interesting? You know, Destiny trying to mix in sort of an MMO flair with gun battles, and how that all works out, because we've had sort of the same kind of game for years and years on 360, PS3, PC, and now with improved power that not only can pump out better visuals, but can enhance things such as AI and or amount of players, and or just some things you can do at the cloud and online that probably weren't as easy before. You know, what changes do they decide to make? How do they decide to evolve both series? Because I think that would be really in the best interest of the first-person shooter genre, so we don't go into sort of a FPS slump, and I think that this is the year to do it. You don't want to really have people wear out their welcome with these games. Nonetheless, this one is really, really cool, and I think if you're looking to pick up one of the military shooters this year. Battlefield 4 is probably the way to go. Better campaign. It's prettier, and I think the multiplayer might be a more solid piece of work than what Call of Duty Ghosts has to offer. So that is going to do it for me and this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the very, very beautiful game that is Battlefield 4. I love the destruction. The guns feel great, and on the PlayStation 4 controller, it is the best, to me, that Sony has ever had it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, add your favorites. Let me know if you want to see more Battlefield 4 PS4 action coming your way. Until that time, though, guys, it was a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all later.